Now, Sutra number 20, 21 and 22 are the explanations how to attain Samadhi. What are the various tools, methods, qualities required for the attainment of the Samadhi. So the 20th Sutra, Samadhi Pada, is a very beautiful sutra listing out the required qualities. The sutra is Shraddha Virya Smriti Samadhi Prajna Purvaka Itaresham. Shraddha Virya Smriti Samadhi Prajna Purvaka Itaresham. Shraddha Virya Smriti Samadhi Prajna Purvaka Itaresham. So the qualities needed for this inner journey, establishing in the Samadhi Yoga Sthiti, Chitta Vritti Nirodha Sthiti, is the four important qualities: Shraddha, Viryam, Smriti, Samadhi, Prajna. The translation, the word, the sutra goes like this, that by the help of Shraddha, firm faith, Virya, vigor, Smriti, a reminder or a memory, and Samadhi Prajna, ability to understand Samadhi, one gets into the state of inner Sthiti, the Yoga Sthiti. Purvaka is accompanied by these four. Itaresham is the other. Other means other than what was told in the Sutra 19. So the Samadhi Sthiti, other than the Sutra told in the 19th, is accompanied by these four qualities. Shraddha is very much important, necessary for every sadhaka. A firm faith, a deep belief, unquestionable faith, unquestionable belief. Adi Shankaracharya, describing the word Shraddha, he says that Shastravakyam Guruvakyam. Faith and belief on what Shastra says, and the faith and belief in what the Guru says. Many of us, we question, we doubt the Shastra Vakya and the Guru Vakya. But unquestioning faith and belief, that is the Shraddha. And the Shraddha is also to be understood as the faith and the belief coming after an experience. Though it is to be taken as a mere faith and belief, but established in Shraddha, a firm faith is absolutely convinced. In the words of the Shastra and the Guru, are absolutely convinced after experience. And that is the Shraddha. It is not just a mere believing. It is absolutely convinced that the word of the Guru, absolutely convinced that the word of the Shastra is true. And having that absolute convincing faith takes up the practice. And that is the Shraddha. And Virya and Smriti. Virya is the energy, vigor in the practice of yoga sadhana, yoga abhyas. Virya and Smriti are very much necessary and contributory factors. Virya is energetic. It is not just dynamism. That vigor needed for the practice, the vigorous practice, an energetic practice, that is very much needed, and that contributes for the practice in deepening the practice, strengthening the practice, stabilizing the practice, and systematizing the practice. And that is how a wonderful quality is suggested by Patanjali. Smriti is another important word in this particular sutra. Earlier we have seen the word Smriti, that part of the vritti. But here Smriti is a little bit needed to remember the experiences one undergoes, to remember the scriptural injunctions, the needed memory, the required memory, the memory of the scriptural knowledge. That is how the word Smriti has to be taken. So Shraddha, Virya and Smriti. What the Guru said, what the scripture has said, the Shastra has said, what was my experience. And this memory also helps to correct ourselves, to judge ourselves by remembering what will happen and what is going to happen in a particular direction of the practice. And that is how Smriti is needed. So Shraddha, Viryam and Smriti. And the fourth one is called as Samadhi Prajna. Samadhi Prajna, the knowledge of the Samadhi, an intellectual capacity to comprehend the states of the Samadhi. When the mind is becoming quieter, when the chitta is getting into the state of the Nirodha, what are all the various experiences come? What are the various dimensions the body and the mind undergoes? And that ability to understand, compare, and the intellectual capacity to comprehend it without doubt and without losing faith, that ability of the intellect, that is the prajna and samadhi prajna of the samadhi. So these are the four important qualities Patanjali prescribes, suggests and needed for the practice. And that important dimension is these four qualities which is needed, and the methods which are followed, the qualities which are needed, and the states of the mind which it enters, and the experience which we feel will be more systematic, more organized, more clear, and in fact it's more on the right, correct path, because the word Shraddha is a word which gives conviction, confidence in the path which we have chosen. It cannot take us into a wrong way. It cannot lead us into a wrong way. No deviations. And that chosen path taken as Shraddha, and there is a vigor in the practice. And the Smriti will be supporting. And the Samadhi Prajna, the overall intellectual capacity, these are the accompaniments needed for the Itaresham, the Samadhi, which is not of what was spoken in the earlier sutra. So these four qualities are most and best suitable for all the sadhaks. It is sure, equipped with these four qualities, our practice of yoga and various dimensions of the abhyasa definitely, surely takes us, leads us on the right, correct path towards the Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So this is a important sutra. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.